everybody. Welcome back to Wanderlust Unpacked. I am so excited to be sitting today with David Black, who is the VP of Sales at Island Roots. And so we're going to talk about all things Jamaica and excursions, but also we're going to share about how it's expanded throughout the Caribbean. So welcome. Would you like to introduce yourself and Island Roots?
Yes, thank you so much for having me. Again, David Black. I'm the Vice President of Sales for Island Roots. Excited to be here. Excited to talk about how Island Roots can really kind of pull back the curtain on all of our destinations, more so Jamaica this time, and really give clients immersive experiences, when they visit.
Awesome. Awesome. We are sitting here right now in Jamaica, and Jamaica has such a powerful tourism identity. And after the recent challenges on the island with the hurricane, how is Island Roots helping travelers reconnect with Jamaica in a way that supports local communities and the island itself?
Well, I think the first thing is ensuring that we work with our partners to get the tours back open.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you that we have very strict safety and criteria standards when
Mm-hmm.
it comes to our tours. So we're in the process right now of going through all of them, getting the inspections done, working with the providers to ensure that they have everything in place to provide
Mm-hmm.
a great experience. And I think once we can get that done and we get people back out on tours as quickly as possible, it's going to help the team members get back to
Mm-hmm.
work, and then they can start earning money and putting that money back into the community. But we can't do it unless you come down to Jamaica and purchase these tours. So
Right,
I think
right.
that's the first thing. But getting them open, getting the clients out, that's what's going to be stimulating to the economy.
Yeah. You all, when you're traveling to Jamaica and purchasing tours, you're also investing in the Jamaican community and the country here itself. And so it's so important. And it's especially important after this time of crisis to head to the island and just jump into all these amazing excursions. For someone who has never been to Jamaica, or maybe they've been multiple times,
Mhm.
what adventures would you say, or island route experiences would you say would be like the best one to try for the first time being on island?
That's a good question, and it really depends on where you are because Jamaica is a large island and it has so much to offer. I think if you are in the Kingston area,
Mm-hmm.
you definitely need to visit the Blue Mountains and drink our amazing coffee.
Mm-hmm.
If you're here in the Ocho Rios area, you must climb Dunsop
Yes.
Falls. I think that is probably the most bucket list experience in Jamaica,
Okay.
because it's just such an amazing waterfall. The first time you visit, you're in awe by the sheer size of it all. How refreshing that water is on your
Mm-hmm.
skin because it's not warm water. It is a little chilly, but it's really good for your skin, has a lot of benefits. Certainly, if you're on the Negril side, visiting Appleton Rum Factory
Mm-hmm.
and drinking some of the rum there. Also in Negril, you can visit Rick's Cafe. So there's a lot. But if you're making me choose one,
Okay.
it has to be Dunsop Falls.
Okay. And I asked so many people their favorites, and then I'm the worst at choosing my favorite. And so, what something you all for Jamaica specifically is it isn't an island where there are tons and tons of adventures. And so there is so much to do on the island. And so it is a great place to visit because there are so many varieties of excursions that you can choose from.
Mhm.
But something really cool that I feel like is really unknown is that Island Roots is crafting excursions not just here in Jamaica, but across multiple Caribbean islands. And you can use Island Roots on those islands. So there's always going to be on islands where Sandals properties exist. However, if you are staying on a property on that island that is not Sandals, you can still use Island Roots as your provider, correct?
Correct, 100%. It doesn't matter where you're staying. If you're staying in a villa, an EP hotel, if you have a tent on the beach,
Oh,
I will
wow.
come find you, pick you up, and take you on an experience. So, yes, you don't just have to be staying at a Sandals resort. I mean, obviously, Island Roots was born out of Sandals and really wanting to ensure that our executive chairman,
Mhm.
Adam Stewart, wanted to ensure the quality around the tours, and what better way to do that than to bring that in-house. But we've since grown. We've been in business for 16 years. We sell over 700,000 tours a year. We have over
Wow.
600 tours that are unique to Island Roots. And it doesn't matter where you're staying, you can book Island Roots and you can experience any one of our tours.
Amazing, amazing. And I know that travelers are becoming more conscious about kind of where their money goes and how it's supporting local communities. And so Can you share a little bit about how Island Roots supports locals?
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly it's a trickle down effect, right?
Mhm.
I mean, every dollar that you put into the economy ultimately goes back to the gentleman growing that owns the farm,
Mhm.
the taxi driver, the fisherman. Everything goes back into the economy, and a large part of what we do as a Caribbean owned and operated
Mhm.
company is to ensure that we're involving the local community as much as possible. Because
Right.
I've always said, and I think our experiences back this up, the best way to experience a destination is to meet the people,
Yes.
eat the food, and experience the
Yes.
culture. And you need to get into the local communities to be able
Yeah.
to do that. And that's what we do.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. And we talk a lot about that on the podcast and how important it is to jump into local communities and experience that culture because there's nothing like it in any country that you travel. You're going to have such different
Hmm.
experiences. And so,
Yeah, I mean, I think when you look at um, traveling throughout the world. I mean,
mhm.
people they want to go beyond the hotel. In
Yes.
this case, go beyond the beach and experience the local culture. And while we do, as I said, 700,000 tours a year, where we're really strong as a Caribbean owned and operated company is having the ability to bring the destination to the clients, right?
Mhm.
Pull back the curtain of the destination
Mhm.
and really give them an immersive experience.
Yeah.
So I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
I'm a big foodie. I love food,
Same.
right? I love food. I'm not a vegan,
Okay.
but if I had to be, it would be in Jamaica,
Okay.
right? So we have an experience. It's a farm to table vegan experience,
Oh wow.
and it's at a local restaurant not too far from here called
Okay.
Stush in the Bush. And Stush in Jamaican means luxury, so it's like luxury in the bush. And it's a couple that they're Rastafarians, and they own this restaurant. And every day the menu is very different. But we have an experience where we'll take you in there, your group. You want to keep the group small, 10 to 12 people, because it really kind of informs on the experience.
Mhm.
But they walk you through the farm,
Oh
right?
wow.
And you're eating food off the vine. Maybe they're roasting breadfruit on the fire.
Mhm.
And then they take you into the kitchen, and they're cooking with you, and they're preparing the meal and putting everything together. And when you were a kid and you're in your grandmother's kitchen or your
Yes.
mother's kitchen, and the sauce, you see it how
Mhm.
it starts and how it finishes, and you're there for the
Yes.
entire experience. This is what you're seeing. You're the smells, the taste, everything that's coming out of the kitchen is incredible. And then when it's all done, you go and you sit down with them, and you're sampling 10, 12
Oh
dishes,
wow.
and they're talking to you about how their religion, their belief plays into the recipes and
Mhm.
why they cook what they cook. So the food is amazing, but the story that you come away with
Right.
is also incredible.
Right.
And no one else but Island Roots can bring that to our customers, because we're a Caribbean owned and operated company. I've said that
Right.
3 times now, and it's very important that I say that,
Yes, it
because
is important.
we are able to we have the relationships, we have the infrastructure on the ground to really bring true authentic experiences.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And now I want to do that tour. So next time I'm on the island, I'm going to have to book it myself.
It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. You must do it.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much for being here. You all, this is just a great opportunity to book a trip to Jamaica, book a trip to the Caribbean, and support local. So we
Yes,
really appreciate it.
absolutely. And thank you for having me.
Yes.
And we love talking about island roots. And yeah, I hope we can get you out on some tours soon, and
Yes.
and and
Yes.
get everybody to experience the destination.
Awesome. Thank you.